Some of the most profound teachings and actions of Jesus took place at meals of every kind according to the Gospels. Jesus began his ministry at the wedding meal in Cana in Galilee. Martha and Mary and their friends in Bethany celebrated the return of Lazarus from the dead at a meal with him. And before his death, Jesus ate with his disciples, and after his resurrection, he ate a number of meals with them. Meals were important to him. His enemies said that Jesus ate too many meals with tax collectors and sinners. Yet, in our reading from Luke's Gospel today, he's invited to a Sabbath meal at the home of a leading Pharisee. So, it looks like he didn't mind eating with them either. At this meal, though, they're watching him, the Gospel says. It's a Sabbath meal, thanking God for the gifts of life, but here they're watching him. It looks like he's to be measured and grilled and put in his place. At the time of Jesus, it wasn't unusual for a kind of symposium to take place at some meals, especially meals of important people, like a leading Pharisee. A symposium was an occasion when issues would be raised and controversial matters debated. People with quick wits and sharp tongues would show off how smart they were. I suppose it's still the same at some meals today. At this meal, Jesus was to be discussed and questioned. I imagine the guests at the Pharisees' home were like spectators at a debate, looking for the best seats to watch and maybe to take part in the contest themselves. So Jesus speaks to them. It's not just common mealtime etiquette that he speaks about. It's more than that. He reminds them what a meal's all about. It's a Sabbath meal, a time to give thanks to God for the gifts of life, a time to acknowledge and enjoy our connection with creation and with one another, a time to receive the gifts that are given to us from the earth, a time to be strengthened and to go on, not a time to show off how smart you are, certainly not a time to tear people down. A meal is a time when God calls people up higher. Friend, come up higher. So from our small places here on earth, from the smallness we might consider our lives to be, God calls us up higher. Everyone should have a place at this table, Jesus says, because the gifts of creation, food and drink, belong to us all. They're not just for the wealthy and the privileged, the smart and the powerful, but the poor, the crippled, the blind, the lame. So, in the Pharisees' home, Jesus speaks not just about a Sabbath meal, but about every meal. So, could we hear him talking about the meals we eat? Is he talking about us too? I don't think we pay much attention to meals today. There are a lot of cooking shows on television. There are fast food places everywhere, but I wonder if we're not missing the importance of the meals we have together in our families, with our friends, with anyone we eat with. Those simple meals that we have together. Meals are primal sacraments. They connect us with creation, with the gifts of the earth, and with one another. They give us strength to go on and strength to go higher. That's why we give thanks for the food and drink that we have when we're together. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts. But we're busy people today. We have work to do. We have somewhere else to go. We have to check out what's going on elsewhere. Our gospel today reminds us that meals were important to Jesus. Shouldn't they be important to us?